Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Riverside International Raceway here on this Sunday evening, because the race is tomorrow, Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG, the channel, qualifying in the Haas IndyCar Series here for NAPA Indy California, the second race of the season here in the 2023 Haas IndyCar Series. Definitely excited to get the first road course race of the season underway tomorrow. 19 laps of action around this 2.69 mile road course, this historical road course in Riverside, California. Of course, this racetrack does not exist in real life anymore, but it has played host to the Haas IndyCar Series since 2017. So definitely excited to see how it all goes down. And this is the site of Justin Zeidel's first ever win in the Haas IndyCar Series, and he finally got his second win last week in the California 100 at Auto Club. So excited to see how it all goes down for him tomorrow. But of course, this is qualifying. This is round number 1 of qualifying. All 26 drivers in this session for 10 minutes, and then the top 6 move on to the Fast 6, and then from there they go for the pole in a 5-minute session. And then positions 7 through 26 are determined here in round number 1. So pretty straightforward and simple. We're not going to split the groups up until we get to the oval racetracks later on in the season. But on the road courses, it's nice, simple, and straightforward. 10-minute session with everybody, and then we do it again with the top 6 for 5 minutes, and that determines the starting lineup. Here's the first driver out on the racetrack, number 42 machine there of Thomas Troxel. Troxel ran very well in the California 100 last week. And he comes into this race only 19 points behind Justin Zeidel. Of course, it's only after the first race. The points don't matter too much right now. But Troxel had a good run at California. And, of course, every race counts towards the championship. There is no chase. There is no cutoff. It's just whoever has the most amount of points after 16 races will crown the champion week before Labor Day at the Pocono Raceway, as we always do. Well, we always crown it at Pocono, but hasn't always been the week before Labor Day, but that's when it will be this year, hopefully. And definitely excited to see how the championship shapes up until we get to that point. But considering Troxel's good run at the Auto Club Speedway, if you can get another good run here, the early part of the season is what sets you up for the rest of the year, and you want to get your points while you can. Troxel will be the first driver to complete a lap here in NAPA Indy California qualifying. 105.982. This is arguably one of the fastest road courses we go to on the circuit. These guys fly around here, and it's only a 19-lap race, so this race, in terms of the amount of time it takes to get the race in, is usually not that much. And of course, since we are on the road course tomorrow, there will be no caution, so if we get a wreck, we get a wreck. We just keep on going on. Another thing about this race, and let's ask our winner from last year, Trey Smith. It is definitely a strategy race when it comes to the pit strategy and the pit cycles, and you definitely want to have a good strategy and a good pit stop when that cycle of pit stops comes around. And speaking of Trey Smith, he just went to the top of the board in the number 79. Of course, these guys are only trying to get into the top 6 right now. And right now, both of the Outer Island cars are 1-2 with Trey Smith and Chris Reynolds. Of course, this number 79 was dominant in the 2020 Haas IndyCar Series season when Chase Harris drove this machine. Won 5 races in that 16-race season. Of course, we had a 20-race season last year, and the most wins a driver received last year, I believe, was 3 with Trey Smith and Zachary Fitzwater. So 5 and 16 on an equal rating series is something else, no doubt about it. Trey Smith would love to do that this season for Outer Island Motorsports and possibly get one step closer in that championship. He finished second in the championship last season, and I know he would love to get one step higher this year. How about the car that won the championship? Of course, it really doesn't matter because Trey Smith just took that top position back away from him, but Avery Alford had the fastest time for a split second, and then Ace Garcia was up there. 97 of Aaron Abel inside the top 6 right now, so a lot of movement going on up front as now Chris Reynolds holds on to the fastest time. He's under a minute 4 in that 75 machine. Definitely a good run there for Chris Reynolds in the 75. So it's Reynolds, Aaron Abel, 79 machine of Trey Smith, 27 of Ace Garcia, Avery Alford in the 13, and then the 55 of Christian Master. The Fast 6 as of right now, but we are only halfway through the first round. And of course, the top 6 advance on to the Fast 6 to go for the pole. And the 00, Luna Lona, looking very fast. She finished runner-up in the California 100 last weekend. Last week. Yeah, it was last week. It wasn't the weekend. It was a Tuesday. Weekend is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be hard for me to get used to that with all these midweek races that we're doing now. But either way, Luna Lona, now second quickest here. And that 00 there for Dog Pound Incorporated, looking very sporty. Of course, this 00 team more specifically was very strong last year. The 81 with J Knapp was a little bit slower than they would have liked to be last year. Now it's Zachary Fitzwater behind the wheel of the 81 machine. And Zachary Fitzwater currently 19th right now for Dog Pound Incorporated. 38, Logan Williams has moved inside the top 6. Inside the Fast 6, I should say. So now it is Chris Reynolds, Luna Lona, Aaron Abel, Logan Williams, Trey Smith, and Ace Garcia, the top 6 here in round 1. Looking to make it on for the pole here at the Riverside International Raceway. And how about that 98 of J Knapp? Hopefully we'll have Micah in the booth tomorrow night for the race. And there's his son going to second there for NS Racing. I think J Knapp's going to have a much better season. Not only really go up from where he was. Of course, didn't have the best of runs in the California 100, but then again, the California 100 definitely a bit of a wild card type race here in the Haas IndyCar Series, as we quite obviously saw at the end of that event. All those guys going all over the place there. 21 has also moved his way inside that Fast 6. That's John Andrews there for Crown Ultra Racing, and Christian Master. Looks like he may have gotten into the wall, but thankfully, with qualifying, it doesn't matter what happens in the qualifying session. Your time will stand, and Christian Master right now 7th, but I doubt that he's going to have an opportunity to move that 55 into the Fast 6. It's a tough break there for Christian Master, but 7th place ain't too bad here, especially on a track like this. You can work the strategy to your favor from that position. It'll be fascinating. Oh, it looks like he got into it with Tanner Parton in the 24. I was just about to locate John Andrews on the racetrack, who moved himself into that top 6. Chris Reynolds still holds the fastest time, still the only driver under a minute 4. J Knapp is 2nd, Luna Lona 3rd. 97 of Aaron Abel. How about NS Racing move for their drivers inside that top 6? And then John Andrews, Logan Williams, looking to go for the pole here in NAPA Indy California. And this is one of those racetracks where you want to start up front, as with a lot of the road courses here in the Haas IndyCar Series. Hence why we do qualifying for this series. Of course, qualifying is not a rating. There, like I said, are no adjustable ratings in this series. A 25-point range for all the aspects except aggression. We do 100-100 for aggression in this series, which I think definitely adds to the excitement here for these guys. But regardless of the fact, qualifying very important on the road courses here in the Haas IndyCar Series, and you definitely want to be top 6 if you want a shot at the race victory. And Ace Garcia just slipped his way into that top 6 in the 27 machine. Dutch Atlantis Racing Team here. Frank Chilton, the owner. See, they have Ace Garcia and Roy Ribbleton as their 2 drivers. Wasn't the best of runs for him at California, but like I mentioned, that bit more of a wild card race. If you show a little strength on the road courses, you win a road course race, that's definitely a good sign for the race team if you can get a win on the road course. Of course, that California 100 was quite all over the place. We have yet to mention the winner of that California 100 yet. That's the 23 of Justin Zeidel, who won here in 2018, the 2018 winner of NAPA Indy California. Here he is currently in the 24th position. Not exactly the best place to be on a road course, but you really can only go up from there, and we'll have to see what Zeidel can do. Comes into this race the points leader, of course, after winning that event at the Auto Club Speedway last Tuesday night. No one's been able to get the Chris Reynolds here in this session, and we're kind of to a point. You know, some of these guys may have come down the pit lane and grabbed a new set of Firestones for their machines. They are allowed to change tires in the qualifying sessions in order to get back out there with a faster speed, and it's definitely something that we might see. But we will not see that in the Fast Six, as that session is only 5 minutes long, so each of the drivers will only get maybe 2 or 3 laps in for their qualifying run. But there is Chris Reynolds. Chris Reynolds, Jay Knapp, Luna Lona, Aaron Abel, John Andrews, and Ace Garcia. Very strong top 6. Only 2 of those drivers, rookies to the Haas IndyCar Series, with Luna Lona and Aaron Abel. And of course, Luna Lona had a great run at the Auto Club Speedway, so she's showing some promise there in that 00. And then Aaron Abel in the 97, right ahead here of Chris Reynolds, driving for NS Racing. And NS Racing with both of their drivers in the Fast Six right now, which is great for Nathan Stapleton's team. They've had some struggles over in Cup. Let's just put it that way. They're dead last in Cup points right now after 3 races. First on Friday night, they had their driver Travis Crampton leading. In the early part of that race, he actually started on the pole there for the NAPA 400 over there at Auto Club, and didn't really get a good run, and Crampton's actually last in points of the full-time drivers over there. Still early on in the season over in Cup, and we'll have Las Vegas this coming Saturday, for Sprint Series coming up on Wednesday as well for those guys. And of course, tomorrow night, Haas IndyCar Series here from Riverside. Definitely looking forward to these midweek races here on AG the channel. Monday night racing here. It's like Monday Night Football. Get Joe Buck and Troy Aikman out here and get the heavy action playing. That's the title of the Monday Night Football music, by the way. I am a bit of a NFL Films music nerd, especially from my younger days. So, you play any of those old NFL Films NFL Films music pieces, I guess you can say. And I can more than likely identify them for you, especially the ones done by Sam Spence. So those of you who remember my old stop motion days, always use the old NFL Films library for all that. And Heavy Action is one of those NFL Films pieces that is still used for the Monday Night Football theme. We're not going to use that for this, because we got the Haas IndyCar Series theme, or actually the ABC IndyCar Series theme. It's just the Haas IndyCar Series theme now. We just took it from them. They don't use it anymore. It's ours. Chris Reynolds, Jay Knapp, Luna Lona, Aaron Abel, John Andrews, Ace Garcia. The Fast Six, Logan Williams and Christian Master will start alongside each other there in row 4. Trey Smith, Avery Alford round out the top 10. Cole Raymond and Tanner Parton in row 6. Sam Adio and Vargas in row 7. Landon Smith Jr., Zachary Fitzwater in row 8, John Stewart, Bradley Bradshaw in row number 9, Eric Drew, Brad Stover in row number 10, Angel Olvera, Roy Ribbleton in row 11, Troxel and Zidell in row 12, Caleb Rose, Noah Clifton ran out the field there in row 13. No ties, so that is how they will line up from 7th to 26th. Let's get to the Fast Six. Reynolds, Knapp, Lona, Abel, Andrews, and Garcia. One of those 6 will get the pole here from NAPA Indy California. And here we go for the Fast Six here, qualifying for NAPA Indy California from the Riverside International Raceway. Chris Reynolds was fastest in round 1 with Jay Knapp, Luna Lona, Aaron Abel, John Andrews, and Ace Garcia joining him to go for the pole. Only 5 minutes in this session here. And the fastest will start on the pole for tomorrow's 19-lap event here, the Riverside International Raceway. Now we just got to wait for someone to get out here. Of course, last year's winner of this race was Trey Smith. Won this race on strategy. And the pit stop for this race comes a little bit later on in the run, with about 5 or 6 laps to go in the race. So some guys take strategy of just a 2-tire stop or fuel only. Of course, I know the 2-tire stop is not realistic to real-life IndyCar, but that's just what this game gives us, of course, it being a NASCAR simulator. But that strategy is definitely open and available, and we'll have to see if one of these drivers plays that strategy to get the race victory tomorrow. I also got to watch out for, forget what turn it is, because I still don't remember the numbers on the turns on this track, even though I've been doing races on this track for 6 years. That turn right there that Aaron Abel just went through, probably the most treacherous corner on the track. You got that wall right there to the outside of that very sharp right-hander. And it's coming off the S's there where you have a lot of speed, so sometimes these guys just overshoot it there. They get into the gravel and they shoot right up into the outside wall, and we may see a little bit of attrition. We've also seen wrecks throughout the S's here on this track before, so Definitely have to keep it clean if you're going to have an opportunity to get the race victory tomorrow. We'll have to see how that all goes down. Aaron Abel in the 97, first driver out there on the racetrack. Great run for him in the first round to get into the Fast Six, his first ever Fast Six here in the Haas IndyCar Series. He's going to start his first fast lap. 0-0 of Luna Lona, so the two rookies right there, right on each other. You got John Andrews, who's going to be third in line. Ace Garcia coming out right here. And we're missing somebody, Jay Knapp in the 98. I don't know where he is. I don't think he's even come out onto the racetrack yet. That's fascinating. You don't see the 98 quite yet. He is listed on the leaderboard right there. Having a little bit of trouble getting that car out there. I don't know what the issue is. Here's Chris Reynolds in the 75. There is Jay Knapp. Not entirely sure what the issue was, but he's got to get out there fast if he's going to get a lap in here. You usually don't see it take that long for a car to move on to the pit lane. That was definitely interesting. We'll have to see what times he's going to have to beat if he wants to get the pole. Here's his teammate Aaron Abel in the 97 coming across the line. This is going to be the first lap here in the Fast Six shootout. 97 goes 105.031. Luna Lona was much faster than that. I'm wondering if she got a bit of a pull off that 97. Now, I know this track is a road course, and, aerodynamics don't mean quite as much, but this is, like I said, one of the fastest-paced road courses that we go to, and at that long back straightaway there, heading into the kink, and then into the final turn on the racetrack. You definitely want to get a good pull if you have the opportunity to, and I think these guys actually do get a slight little sniff of draft there. Heading down the long back straightaway. She still has the fastest time here, looking to get that bonus point for winning the pole. John Andrews there with second in line. Chris Reynolds about to start his lap. Ace Garcia next driver to complete a lap here. Chris Reynolds, like I said, on his first flying lap, first fast lap, I should say, and then Jay Knapp just coming out onto the racetrack right now, so he still has to come around. He's got to get back to the start-finish line before the clock runs out. Here's Ace Garcia in the 27. He's second quickest, just a notch below Luna Lona right there. Couldn't quite get it. Chris Reynolds going to be next in line, but these guys are actually going to get second laps in, and Luna Lona improved her time to a 2:35. That may lock the pole for her. We're just going to have to see. Will John Andrews improve his time here on his second lap for the 21 team? He does, but not enough to beat the 20... Or actually, yeah, he does. He goes to second, excuse me. And there's Chris Reynolds, the 104.817. Jay Knapp, 98. Gonna start his fast lap, and he just got it in time. So these are the only laps that are going to count. You have to cross the line before the actual amount of time runs out. But once they're on that lap, once they have started their fast lap, that lap will still count even if the clock runs out, as it already has. You see the extra time there for that. Ace Garcia! Glad he had that little extra time right there. He's going to push it to the top of the board, ahead of the 0-0. And Luna Lona actually trying to, pass the 97 here. That's not exactly what you want to do in qualifying. So Ace Garcia now in the position to win the pole for the NAPA Indy California race. Here comes John Andrews in the 21. And Andrews improves, but not enough to improve his position. Chris Reynolds, his second fastest lap. He's going to go to 4.687. And Jay Knapp going to complete his first lap. And then this should be it. Across the line for the 98, Jay Knapp is going to go to 6th. He did not have enough speed build up to get that second lap in. And I doubt that any of these times right here are going to stand, as these drivers have not crossed the line before the initial time ran out. Ace Garcia in the 27 for the Dutch Atlantis Racing Team, and Frank Chilton looking to win the pole here at Riverside, NAPA Indy California. Ace Garcia has been in this series. Let's see what I have listed here for him. It's his third full-time season. He's never won before in the Haas IndyCar Series. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, that may all change for him. Ace Garcia wins the pole for NAPA Indy California. As you see the rest of the starting lineup for the race right there on the right-hand side of your screen, and you can actually see it, unlike how we do it for the Wawa Cup Series. There's 40 cars in that, and it's just hard to put all that in one little list right there, but there's your starting lineup. Ace Garcia and Luna Lona there will make up the front row. John Anders and Chris Reynolds in row number 2. And then Aaron Abel and Jay Knapp make up row number 3. And then it's Logan Williams, Christian Master, Trey Smith, Avery Alford, Cole Raymond, Tanner Parton, Nicholas Samedeo, Christian Vargas, Landon Smith Jr., Zachary Fitzwater, John Stewart, Bradley Bradshaw, Eric Drew, Brad Stover, Angel Olvera, Roy Rippleton, Thomas Troxel, Justin Zidell, Caleb Rose, and Noah Clifton. That is how they will line up for tomorrow's 19-lap event here from the Riverside International Raceway, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on a Monday night, right here on AG the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Ace Garcia for winning the pole here from the Riverside International Raceway, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night for the 19-lap event. I will see you guys later.